Hi, hello everybody. Happy Monday. I am doing this in a different place on my phone here. So, okay, there we go. Perfect. I'm coming at you live with, well, live recorded, live read, whatever it is. Um, it's Monday, right? Am I right? I'm coming at you with another tapping video today, another quick tapping session around the way that we describe our time. Specifically, today we're doing that. So, the way we use words to describe our time, the way we use words to describe our priorities, certain other areas of our life, and just really tuning into how we describe things in our life. How do we habitually describe things? How have things been, say, conditioned for us to describe in a certain way? How have things become normal to describe? Like how have we described things in a normal, regular way that maybe it just doesn't fit anymore? So today we're doing some tapping around something that I've experienced personally, and I hear so much, especially with moms, is busy, 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 busy. We have this word, this buzzword, right? The busy word around my week is so busy, my day is so busy, everything's so busy, 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 busy. And just taking a moment here today to take a nice gentle breath and lean into the word busy for you. Do you feel like busy is a buzzword? Is it a trigger word? Is it a word where it kind of encompasses what it is that you feel, but you'd like to feel something differently? Do you not really have any charge at all when it comes to the word busy? Does it really not matter to you? Does it not have any weight, so to speak? And yeah, just taking a minute here and tuning in to how you feel when you think about your week, when you think about your day, when you think about what it is that you have to do, or what it is you want to do, whatever it is, like whatever fills your time. How do you describe that to people, and how do you feel about that in your body too? So for me, I love, love, love to redefine words, to reframe words and phrases and concepts, and to really either even replace words. So balance is a big one. I have completely replaced the word balance and brought in fluidity. Busy is another word, and I use the word fulfilling to kind of to get across that, my day has been full, my week's been full. I feel like the week ahead is going to be a fulfilling week. It still has the same amount of weight, and it can still mean the same kinds of things, but the word busy really, for me personally, triggers a sense of urgency, rushed, hype, like hustle. And I'm not about any of those things unless it's aligned, right? So busy just doesn't work for me. I really don't. I understand and I accept that other people use the word busy and that it means different things for them. But for me personally, when I say I have a really busy week ahead, it just doesn't sit well. So we're going to reframe a little bit about this today and tap into a different word, reframing that word, redefining that word for yourself, and just really taking a look at how you want to describe the day, how you want to describe your time, and what does that look like, right? So it doesn't mean that we don't do the work around it. We don't just, replace the word busy or balance or whatever else we don't like, and it magically um, shifts, all on its own. We still have to do the work, but there's certain words that are, like I said, buzzwords that have certain things attached to them, emotions, energy, whatever it might be. They trigger something within you that does not resonate. So there's a dissonance, there's like a disharmony in the way that you describe things. And so let's really get intentional about how you want to describe and how you define the word busy, right? So today we're going to do a couple rounds of tapping on this just to open up. I think this is the biggest thing with this work, is that we're not really encouraged to think about these things and redefine them for ourselves. For the longest time, I was so worried about telling somebody, like, balance. I was so afraid of saying, oh, well, no, it's just really fluid for me right now, because I knew that they wouldn't understand it. And I knew that people relate or resonate with the word balance. And it was just like, I'll be misunderstood. Right. So I can't redefine it. I can't rewrite the dictionary. Who am I to do that? But again, as long as we are redefining it for ourselves, we know how it sits for within ourselves. We know what it means for other people to some degree, right? We understand, we have a resonance or an understanding of what the word means for some other people. So it doesn't mean that we're putting our new reframe or our redefinition onto those other people. But we have to create our space first and then allow it to ripple out. So let's do some tapping around that and just exploring what it's like to redefine a word. Maybe busy isn't a buzzword for you. Maybe there's a different word that you want to have in mind with this. Maybe it's a concept, just being open to the concept of doing something differently in a different way that you get to redefine, that you get to bend to your will and to your way, right? Because you are going through this life, so you get to call the shots. You're going through the shit, you get to call the shots. So if you're able to, go ahead and maybe just take a nice gentle breath. Close your eyes and just settle in. Just create a little space for yourself right now. And thinking about words and the energy that they hold, the thoughts that, certain words kind of elicit within you, and the energy that's connected to that. And then just opening up to the possibility that you are able to redefine these words that hold so much weight. And so wouldn't it be nice to have it mean something that resonates with you, instead of having to carry the weight of preconditioned notions or concepts or words? And just, giving yourself permission to explore that today. So we're going to start by tapping on the side of the hand and say, even though the word busy makes me feel rushed, makes me feel agitated, I feel a sense of urgency, I feel like I can't be still or rest. I wonder what I need to reframe this for myself. And I love and accept where I am right now. Even though I've always said the word busy, I'm too busy. It's been a busy day. It's been a busy week. It's been a busy year. I always have a busy life. And I want to honor this part of me now that's carried all of this busyness. And I'm curious about how I can reframe this instead. Especially because I don't think about that often. I don't give thought to how I want to feel. I don't pay a lot of attention to redefining words and making them mean something for me. I love and accept this part of me now. And I'm curious about what it would mean to me to redefine this word. Good job. Going to the top of the head. Say, busy, busy, busy. Eyebrow point. I'm always busy. Side of the eye. Busy is such a buzzword. underneath the eye. Maybe busyness means frantic. Underneath the nose. Chaotic and hectic. Underneath the mouth. Maybe busy means go, go, go. Collarbone point. Do, do, do. Underneath the arms. Give, give, give. Underneath the chest. Busy means super fast paced. Wrist point. And it feels very urgent and rushed. Top of the head. I didn't even know that this energy was attached to that word. Eyebrow point. Maybe I did, but I didn't give it any thought. Side of the eye. I give myself permission today. Underneath the eye. To feel into what I want it to mean. Underneath the nose. Maybe busy isn't the right word for me. Underneath the mouth. Maybe I'm too tired for busy. Collarbone point. I'm tired of allowing it to mean something. Underneath the arms. That doesn't resonate with me. Underneath the chest. Maybe I'm ready to redefine this now for myself. Wrist points. Maybe I'm ready to see this differently now. Top of the head. And maybe I can start to unlearn. Eyebrow point. Reframe. Side of the eye. And redefine how I want to feel. Underneath the eye when it comes to my time. Underneath the nose. I love the part of me that's held on and carried this for so long. Underneath the mouth, who has gone along with all the busyness. Collarbone point. I'm ready to give her a break now. Underneath the arms and reframe what this means to me. Okay. Good job. So take a nice gentle breath here. Grab a drink of water if you have. And just kind of sit with what that brings up for you. I know for me, a lot of words have a lot of energy. They have a lot of meaning and attachment to them. And it's specific parts of my body that kind of rear up and butt heads with the word. It's not necessarily the energy behind it as much as it's it's the energy and how I feel about it and where I carry that within my body. So when I think of the word busy, I just don't like it. I don't like that busy energy. I don't like that buzzing. It's like jittery energy. And I can kind of feel it up in this area of me right now. It's like the sense of urgency. It's like if I don't do this right now, then I'll miss the chance. If I don't say this right now, I'll miss the chance. It's like a fear of missing out. And when you're in that constant state and that constant energy, whether it's actually true or not, when you're in that constant state of fear of missing out, you're going to miss it. There's never going to be another opportunity to say or do that again. Our body holds on to that, right? And it kind of creates this pattern and this habit and this loop that we continually, whenever we get triggered by a buzzword or triggered by a sense or feeling, or even if it's something that we do on a regular basis, like we have to get it done, we have to do it right now, get it done quick, because we have that sense of urgency or a fear of missing out or whatever that might be. So really just taking a nice gentle breath and acknowledging that part of you that's been like put into that position unknowingly, unintentionally, right? This part of the subconscious mind that has held on to this pattern, and every time it gets triggered, it shoots into that sense of urgency, that rushiness, that that fear of missing out. And so, yeah, just tuning in and seeing where that might be within you. Balance was another word for me, like I mentioned before. Balance for me is kind of a heady word. So in my mind, balance looks great. In the real world, it looks great on paper. It does not pan out in real time. And so I got really tired of hearing the word balance. And every time I got the word balance or heard the word balance or needed to say the word balance, I would just like contract and cringe and be like, there's no such thing as balance. Like I would get so pissed off. And so that was okay. Like I needed to acknowledge that. And now, again, there's this urgency sense to that. It's like if you didn't get it right, you'll never get the chance to do it again. If you didn't say what you needed to say, you'll never get the chance again. If you didn't do that thing, chances are blown. You're done. Might as well just let it go, throw in the towel. And so, and it's exhausting to think that way. It's exhausting to feel that physically in your body, right? So, one of my favorite things that I'm anchoring into right now, something that I learned a long time ago, but it's that the subconscious mind does not know the difference between a real experience and an imagined experience. So, when you're trying to rest and your mind's racing a mile a minute, your body actually doesn't get any rest because your subconscious thinks that you are in the mile a minute thoughts, right? So, same with the emotions. If you are not in any physical danger, or if you're not in any but you feel like you are, like you're constantly stressed, you're constantly anxious, or you have a lot of anger, you have a lot of like tension or tightness or pressure in the body, it keeps you in that fight, flight, or freeze mode. And it's really hard to get through to anything else when you're in that mode, right? So it's just something to be aware of and something to kind of play with and see how you can shift it for yourself. And tapping is a really great way to shift those things. It's a great way to signal to the body that you are actually safe, that you can actually have a little bit of space, a little bit of time, and you're not going to miss anything. Right? I think that's the biggest thing right now. Everything moves so fast. We feel like we're going to miss things or we'll never get the opportunity again. So we're going to do another round here and just really tune into the body. We're going to release anything in the body that's ready to be released. Again, you don't have to release what you're not ready for. Allow things to come to the surface, and then we're going to close off by kind of putting it in a nice little safe spot so that you can come back to it anytime you want. There's no sense of urgency here. You're not going to miss the opportunity to fix something or to heal something or to process something here. We're going to create some space, some spaciousness, and some grace with that. So taking a nice gentle breath in and out and tapping on the side of the hand. You're going to say, even though I feel like I'm under the gun, it feels like I have to rush to get all of this done. There's never enough time. I'm too busy. There's never enough time to get it all done. I give myself permission to change that today, even if just for a moment. Even though I would like things to be different, part of my body, a part of myself, doesn't know how to see it differently or feel it differently. And that's okay. I am here for that part of me now. And I choose to give it some space. Even though I want to believe that I get to determine the amount of time I spend on things, that I get to dictate how time goes for me. There's another part of me that thinks it's BS. Who thinks that way? That's crazy talk. But I still feel it somewhere in the background. And I'm giving myself permission to play in that now, while still loving and accepting all parts of me right now. Good. Going to the top of the head and say, I'd like to think about time in a different way. Eyebrow point. I don't want to be busy all the time. Side of the eye. Saying that I'm busy is a knee-jerk reaction. Underneath the eye. It's a habit that I've built over time. Underneath the nose. People can relate, so they understand. Underneath the mouth. But I wonder if I changed that. Collarbone point. Would it actually be true anymore? Underneath the arms. If I changed how I talked about time. Underneath the chest. Would I still be too busy? This points. Would I be able to believe new beliefs? Top of the head. Would I be able to do things differently? Eyebrow point. Because our thoughts form our beliefs. Side of the eye. And it takes time for thoughts to become beliefs. Underneath the eye. I wonder how I could change my thoughts. Underneath the nose to change my beliefs. Underneath the mouth. I wonder what part of my body carries this belief. Collarbone point. Maybe it's in my throat. Underneath the arms. Maybe it's in my stomach. Underneath the chest. Maybe it's just the general sense of jittery or excitable energy. Wrist point. And it tends to take over. Top of the head. My body reaffirms my thoughts and beliefs. Eyebrow point. That things are too busy. Side of the eye. That I'll miss out if I don't do it now. Underneath the eye. I give my body permission today. Underneath the nose to release any misaligned energy. Underneath the mouth to release any stuck habits or patterns. Collarbone point. And I give my body space today. Underneath the arms to feel something differently. Underneath the chest. I will not be left out. Wrist points. I will not miss out. Top of the head. This isn't the last time I'll get this chance to do this thing or that thing. Eyebrow point. Today I choose to call out these thoughts. Side of the eye. To release this energy in my body. Underneath the mouth. and to think about how I can do things differently. Underneath the nose, and I can do this as much or as little as I like today. Underneath the mouth, and I will have the opportunity anytime I want. Collarbone point, I'm not missing out. Underneath the arms, this isn't the last chance. Underneath the chest, because I choose to create more opportunities in the future. Okay. So again, taking a nice gentle breath, drink of water maybe, and just tuning into how you feel. Maybe there's a specific place in your body that this is coming up for. Maybe you feel that energy somewhere. Maybe you feel it coming through thoughts. Maybe you're resistant to it still. Go back around and do a couple more tapping, or just go through the points and say, I'm resistant. This doesn't feel believable. Bullshit. I'm calling your bullshit. I can't do anything about this. This is not how it's supposed to go. Nobody else is going to understand this. This is stupid. I get that a lot from myself. This is dumb. This is stupid. Nobody's going to get it. Everybody thinks I'm weird. Completely misunderstood. This is not the way moms think. This is not the way moms feel. Just suck it up and be normal, right? So you can go through the tapping points and just like get any resistance out and get any any of that doubt out. Like, yeah, just call bullshit and just be yourself about it. Like, how does your mind, how do you think about this in your head? How does it come across? Like self-doubt. This is bullshit. This doesn't work. This is stupid. This is not normal, right? Like really go through the points and just let all of that out. It does not have to be perfect. It does not have to be in a certain sequence. It's just getting it out there, saying it out loud or to yourself, and going through the points and just really making space. And as soon as you take a deep breath, you'll feel a shift somewhere in there, right? And sometimes it takes a little bit longer, or sometimes it'll shift really quick. It just depends on where you are, what mood you're in, and what you're tapping on. So you can really just go through the points at your own pace, doing anything that you need really to kind of air it out, like air out the laundry kind of deal. Lay it all out on the table. And so we're going to do a last round here. It's not actually, I'm not going to do any tapping. We're just going to hold a little bit of a little meditation, like a little bit of a mindful space to create space within the mind. And so if you want to just go ahead and close your eyes, take it a gentle breath in and out. Feeling supported where you're sitting. Maybe your back is up against the couch or the chair. It's supported though. You can feel your feet planted and firm on the ground. You feel grounded and settled physically right now in this space. Just paying attention to anything that you might hear. Just observing and noticing. Not making it mean anything. Drawing that attention inward more to maybe any sounds in your body. Maybe the gurgling of your stomach or your heartbeat. Just listening to the sound of your breath. And just settling even more into this place for yourself. Drawing your attention even more inward to your thoughts. Just observing and noticing what thoughts coming into your mind are. Still anchoring into your breathing at your own pace. Allowing those thoughts to be there. They don't need to mean anything. You don't need to go along for the ride of the story that they create. And taking a nice gentle breath in and out. Seeing or sensing or hearing or feeling the word busy. And holding that in your attention right now. Busy. Maybe you can see a certain font in your mind, a certain color. Maybe you don't really see anything, but you get a sense of the feeling of busy. Maybe you hear the word busy. Just allowing whatever comes up when you think about the word busy to be with you. And then bringing into your attention and your mind's eye awareness a box or a container, or even a piece of fabric or cloth, something that feels warm and welcoming, acceptance, completely neutral but accepting. And place all of those thoughts, images, sensations, the colors or the sounds that come with the word busy into this box or container, or wrap it in this cloth. Maybe even taking it a step further and putting it into a snow globe, actually. The word busy, and shaking up that snow globe so that all the little particles are flurrying and fluttering around frantically, hectically, chaotically, swirling all around. But holding it in your presence and in your awareness, these particles begin to settle. They begin to land and fall into a place. It's not so frantic anymore. It's not so frazzled. They're not moving, swirling all over the place right now. They are landing and settling into place. And so busy can mean both things. Busy can mean frantic, scattered, swirling all around, lots of moving energy. Busy can also mean settled, a place to land. It can mean quiet and still. It can mean whatever, actually. It can mean whatever you want it to be. You can bring another word in here to replace that busyness, or to replace the idea or the definition of fulfillment, or what you would like to experience instead of busy chaos. Bringing that all together now, placing it inside that cloth or box or container, setting it on a shelf or in a drawer, a safe place where you will come back to this anytime you feel like you have more to add, or that you would like to explore more around this when you have the time. when you have the energy and attention. But until then, it's in a safe place. And just knowing that it's in a safe and settled place, you can be safe and settled too. And so taking a nice gentle breath here, paying attention to what you might be thinking now, any sounds within your body, listening to the sound of your breath. Listening to the sounds that may be in your room or outside of the room. Just observing, coming more into this physical space. Taking a nice gentle breath in and out. And feeling the floor beneath your feet. The seat beneath your seat bones. And wiggling your fingers and toes. Stretching out a little bit. Rolling the shoulders or gently shifting from side to side. Opening your eyes when you're ready. And just checking in to see how you feel after putting your busy away. I love using snow globes in my meditations because you can create the chaos in the particles all moving around, where everything is just swirling and it's frantic and it's frenzied. But just like any snow globe, everything starts to settle. So feel free to use that image or that vision when you are experiencing really frazzled energy, really frantic energy, thoughts, emotions, physical sensations. Bring them into that snow globe, right? Breathe into that snow globe and then watch that snow globe, the particles within that just settle. And then put it in a safe place, because sometimes we don't have a lot of time to go in and actually get to the root or get to the thing behind the thing, because most often there's usually something behind what it is that we're initially experiencing that is we see the ripple on the surface, but below the surface there's the iceberg thing, right? So but sometimes we don't have the time, the attention, we don't have the support that we want, we don't have the energy or the resources to go in and to work on those things in the moment. So use a snow globe. Let the crazy be crazy for a minute and then watch it settle and then put it away safe. And then you can come back to it whenever you have the time or the energy or the support or whatever it is that you need to resource it and to make the shift that you need to make. So I hope today was helpful. It went a little bit longer than I anticipated, as all my videos do, but that's okay. I trust that you got what you needed out of it, and feel free to share anything that came up for you. Is this helpful? Was there a different word that came in to replace busy? It could be just a sense. It could be, it could be a color. It could be another word. It could be a light. It really, there's endless, anything that could come in to create a little bit more of a settled energy for you. I'd love to know. And I hope you have an amazing rest of your week, a fulfilling rest of your week, and only busy if it feels aligned for you. I'm just trying to get out of here. Okay, there we go. So have an amazing rest of your day, an amazing rest of your week, and we'll chat with you guys soon. Bye.